number and save it under a different name, big baby. All right, let me find the next thing, because the next one that we're dealing with is Jamie O'Hara. Jamie O'Hara calls out Pep. Yeah, we're going to talk Joe Hart. Joe Hart recently, hold on a minute, sorry. Recently just said that he's going to retire. He's going to retire. Yeah, so everyone's coming out talking about how great he is. Now, before we even get into this, let me say this. I'm going to give my view off now, and then we'll get into the video. Joe Hart was England's number one. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely... Some people were trying to say that he's the greatest. Like he's on the list, like top 5 Premier League. No, he's not. Not. Maybe if you cut the error, if you cut it in half and say all goalkeepers pre using their feet, is he top 5? Possibly. I think there's an argument for that he could be 5th type shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's English goalkeepers. Now, when you bring in all the goalkeepers, he don't make the top 5. Edison, Alisson, like, come on. He don't make it. You know what I'm saying? And then after you put in Man City's and Liverpool's goalkeeper, let's be honest, then you start going old school. And you go, David Seaman, Schmeichel. You know what I'm saying? There's bare man. There's a few Neville Southall, them man there. You get me? You like to pop on Everton. Certain man. You know, Pickford. I think Pickford might be the short version of Joe Hart. And maybe a little bit more animated. You know what I'm saying? Someone, I can't remember who it was, someone said that Hart was good with his feet. Well, clearly not on to Pep standard anyhow. But this video here, Jamie O'Hara is basically blaming Pep. So let's have a little listen.
Hart a little bit later on in the show, because he's a big talking point. He has decided to retire at the end of the season.
Yes.
And you talk about his legacy and what he leaves as a goalkeeper. I think he's been a fantastic keeper.
Yep.
At his time when he was playing, he was a world-class goalkeeper. Pep killed him because he tried to change the way goalkeepers play, and he probably did, because all goalkeepers now play out from the back. Yep. Joe Hart, though, I think gets a little bit of a bad taste left in your mouth because of what Pep done to him. I played with Joe Hart, and he was good with his feet. Brilliant with his feet.
See? It's him. He says it in this video. He was not brilliant with his feet. How was he brilliant with his feet? Why would not Pep not keep the England number one who's good with his feet? Don't you try and fart, Jamie.
Right, okay. I don't remember Joe Hart with his feet. I remember
You're
Joe
right there burping on air, right, by the way. Yeah.
Did I? That was a bit of... Apparently the pair of us are making noises. It's those Colin Caterpillars. So I don't remember Joe Hart. In fact, I got to be honest with you, mate. Before this phenomena came in with goalkeepers, the ball at the feet, I don't remember goalkeepers doing this, right? I don't remember it happening. Goalkeepers used to have...
They didn't do it. They might have... I'm not saying they never, ever used their feet. Of course they did. They're using they're footballers, goalkeepers. They're footballers. So, of course, they, one tap, especially when you couldn't pick it up rule came in, they had to. Except for what they did was they booted it. It went a pass. Booted it. Maybe the odd one. If there's no pressure and your defender's right there to you, just knock it to him. They never played like they're playing now. You're lying to yourself. Maybe in training, pissing about after the main training is done, Joe Hart and get down and start kicking balls and stuff, but he never did that in a game. You're lying, Jamie. You're lying. He is your friend now. You're lying. You get me? He was literally the last of the Mohicans. He was the last shot stopper. That's all changed now. The shot stopper is out of here. You have to be a playing sweeper keeper. That's what you got to be.
The ball in their hands, bounce it a couple of times.
No, they didn't.
Okay, name the first goalkeeper that
Joe
did
Hart.
It.
He's the first one I can remember. I played with Joe Hart from England age groups,
Right.
right up through to the 21s, right?
Right.
And then he went on to have a great career
He's lying.
in the England national team.
But you don't remember him for his feet.
I remember him hitting sidewinders in training every single session, mate, out the
where
side
else
of
did
his
they
boot.
train him?
In training. See what I'm saying? In training. Not in the game. That's like saying J.R. Hart was saving goals, saving shots. He didn't put the gloves on when it was time to play, though, for real.
What? Yeah, but you weren't there. Of course you weren't there because you'd retired by then, mate, with your dodgy ankles and your dodgy
The
knees.
sidewinders.
The sidewinder, mate. He used to just...
I used to do a sidewinder.
yeah.
to the steward.
He didn't, yeah, straight out the ground.
No, but what happened was, so Pep went to City. He won the title, and he won 2 titles. And one of the first things he did was take away England's number 1 goalkeeper. And there was I remember doing it on
I thought it was out of order what he'd done to him.
Yeah, I was shocked when that happened. When he got there, the first move was get rid of the goalkeeper. And you're like, out of the whole team, that weren't the one. You know what I'm saying? Out of the whole team, that isn't your first issue. But Pep don't play that shit.
No, it's not.
No, it was. It
No,
was
it's
out of order.
not.
It killed his legacy in the Premier League, it did.
Well, that's...
Because people now forget how good
But that's
Joe
not
Hart
Pep's,
was.
No, I'm sorry, but Pep had his own idea about who wants to play and the players that he wants and type of player. The thing that really killed that argument for me is he brought in Brava.
Yeah, Claudio Bravo.
Yeah,
God,
Terrible.
he was pony.
Exactly.
that's a fact. He made a mistake. But then he fixed that quick.
He brought him in. No, he was. No, but he had none of it. No, he was, Jay.
Tony.
Oh, he was terrible.
Does it come on air? And
Can
just
I say that?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can.
It got dumped, apparently. It didn't go out.
I mean,
It didn't go out,
No.
apparently. But he wasn't very... No, but what happened is that he wasn't great with his arms either. or his feet. He wasn't he was a bad buy. He was a bad...
I mean, he wasn't good with his arms or his feet.
T-Rex.
Was he good with then? He was a keeper.
He was tiny as well, wasn't he?
He wasn't good with his arms and he wasn't good with his feet. Was he?
No, he was, I think he was quite small as a goalkeeper as well, wasn't he? All right, he was a terrible decision. The decision to get rid of Joe Hart, looking back, wasn't the worst idea. The worst idea was bringing in Johnny Bravo. That was the worst idea. No, it was though, wasn't it? I know. But then of course he got it right. You know, he got it right.
Would you put him in a top 5
Where
Premier
top 5
League
what?
keeper? Joe Hart.
Ooh.
Top 5 English, maybe, but not top 5. No. Cundy, look.
Don't know, man.
In my opinion, he's the
5.
best keeper since David Seaman. We haven't had a he's not. I think he's better than Pickford.
At what?
See, at what? I know. See, he's probably one more than Pickford, right? But if you're talking about it being English, or you're talking about England goalkeeper, ain't none of them won nothing. Seaman's the best goalkeeper. Yeah, I don't care. Arsenal bias. Seaman is the best English goalkeeper since the Premier League era, right? I'll let you put Shankly and them, man. Not Shankly. You know what I'm talking about. The brother who the hand of God happened to. Shilton. Them man there. Right? When you bring them man in there, that's Seaman's competition. But other than that, Seaman he runs England. You get me? He runs England. So Seaman's number 1. Joe Hart. I wouldn't be mad. I'll have to think about it. I wouldn't be mad. I'm sure David James got records. I know they call him Calamity James, but he's also got records, you know.
That's the thing, right? By the way, Pickford's a top-class keeper. He is. He's top class. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Rufy saying in my ear, what's he better than Pickford, Dad? Being a goalkeeper. That's what he is. This is his
Stopping the ball
job.
going in the net. I know, but here's the thing, right? At that particular time, when Pep changed the way that English coaches look at the game with goalkeepers, there is no doubt in my mind. Pep was the first one that came in and said,
English coaches or coaches. Everybody, right?
I don't care how good you are with your arms and your hands. I need you to be better with your feet. Brava didn't work, right? That clearly didn't work because he was terrible at both. I thought anyway, and that's when he brought in Edison, and then Edison is like,
Yeah, I mean, Edison,
oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah,
you've
yeah.
cracked both,
Yeah.
right? But there's only 2 or 3 Edisons.
But
in the
what
world.
you've got to understand is Edison's from a different era of goalkeeper.
Correct.
As a goalkeeper,
Yeah,
was probably the best keeper in the league, would you say?
he was one of, definitely
One of.
no doubt about
One
it.
of the best
Well, he won the bloody Premier League. He had to be one of, innit? Had to be. Come on now. Let's not be silly about it. You know what I mean? Yo, Jay, I see you, brother. Big up. I thought that was my phone about to ring. Flipping horn outside. Yeah. So Joe Hart, man. For his era, Joe Hart, he might be top 2 for his era because I'm not remembering, as in English, because I'm not remembering who was about. I'm blanking out. But English goalkeepers, for his era, I think he's definitely top 2. So he could be number 1. You know what I'm saying? But let me know where you think Joe Hart lies. You have to give it to me in different categories. Yeah? It have to be sorry, Jamie just said something. It has to be, where does Joe Hart land in all goalkeepers in the Premier League era, period? Where does he land on the English goalkeepers, period? And where does he land just in his era? Where does he land? Let me know in those 3 categories, because I only think he shines when you're talking English and his era. That's it. When you're bringing in everybody, I don't think he stands a chance out there. But I'd like to know what you guys are saying. All right, next topic. Next topic is embarrassing for Rio Ferdinand, as always, you know what I'm saying? But here we go.
5 on Jungle is another place. 587 TV, other lick. Yeah, real TV, reality TV. 587 bar level. 5 on Jungle is. Yeah, Godfather. See there? 1.
What's up, people? Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.